Hey, hi Zanin.
क्या हाल है?
This is Hari here from Base Culture.
Yes, I know. How's it going?
How's it? I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Just back in my hometown in Jaipur.
Okay. Okay. How's it there? How are things there?
Things are fine, but I think people have started taking this whole situation seriously and just started staying indoors. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Nice to
how's
see
it
you. I
going
mean,
for you?
I've seen a lot of live shows and nice to finally host you.
Glad to be here. How's it going? Where
I,
are you
I'm good.
from?
I'm good. I'm from Kolkata actually, but I'm in Gujarat right now, Baroda. If you know.
Okay. How's the
So
situation there?
it's not really good, but I mean, staying indoor helps really. So on it.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of people joining. I mean, they're really fast this time. You can just wave at them maybe.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Yeah, please people, if you have any questions, keep dropping in the comments. Try and make sure to at least pick up every single one of them. I hope you don't have any controversial questions also.
Not that I'm,
So Zenit, tell us. I mean, this is a very generic question, but I'm very sure like all of the viewers want to know how did you start your journey? I mean, how did you get into the scene?
So it's a very funny story actually. I started producing music when I was 14 years old. 14 years old, I was in school,
Okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
I was just living a normal Jaipur school kid life. I was just making music, fucking around with FL Studio, started watching YouTube tutorials and all of that, and then I moved to Bombay for my college.
Okay.
I went there to do my bachelor's in management studies from Sydney
Mm-hmm.
College, and somehow I was making music generally. I didn't know how this management situation worked, how people play shows. I wasn't a DJ as well that time. I was just a producer.
Okay. Okay.
So somehow I got in touch with my best friend, Candice Stenning, and she
Okay.
introduced
Okay.
me to Arjun. But I
Mm-hmm.
invited Candice to play a show in my college for the festival,
Okay.
and I started doing this. I did the opening set basically. It was very random. Like I had no
Okay.
clue. I was doing my thing, and then I was doing something. And
Mm-hmm.
then the next morning, I get a creative on my WhatsApp which said Zenith at F bar with Candice and DJ Amos. I was like, hey, who's this Zenith man? Oh, oh, that's me. I was doing a show. I was speaking the and that time Zenith used to do. So me and my friend Anirudh,
Yeah.
we together formed this TV called Zenith, and basically he was more of a DJ and I was more of from the production side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was my first day. I was feeling the fuck out. I called Anirudh, bro, this is that, and I don't know what to do. And that time I had this little controller that I used to play on, like a Nokia
Okay.
controller.
Mm-hmm.
So he sent me a track list, and I somehow managed to play that show. And yeah, that's how it started, man. And then one thing led to another, and here we are today.
Yeah, yeah, very, very awesome, man. मतलब आपने Zenith नाम सोचा था, like, did someone else come up with it, or how did it go?
Okay, so it's a very funny story in that aspect as well. So show announce हुआ पहला show play कर रहे हैं हम ठीक है. So we didn't have
Mm-hmm.
a I
Okay.
was playing randomly, and one random night I was talking to Anirudh, and I was like, "Bro, we need a stage name." He said, "Bro, one second, I'll call you back. I'm listening to this great song by Danik." I
Okay.
said, "What's it called?" He said, "Zenith." that's and that's when we were like, "Oh shit, we got it, man! Let's go ahead, Zenith." And I don't know, people really liked it,
Okay.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that, that way.
I mean, I just saw a comment, Zenith भाई आपके साथ एक picture मिल जाएगा या something like that.
So I
So,
was a very like we never thought. I never thought that I'll become a DJ or an artist. I was just, it's all started in my bedroom.
And you are one of the lucky ones to be hanging out with Wiz Khalifa. How did that
It just happened, man. I don't know. I was like, I've been his fan since my childhood. I started listening to hip hop, rap,
feel?
listening to it. And then I somehow got an opportunity to play alongside him in Delhi, Sunburn Arena with
Mhm.
this Khalifa. And I don't know. It just happened like that time. Wiz has just entered his room and he was
Mhm.
just lighting up his world. And I just entered. There were people, no one was looking. I just entered, just spoke to him, said hi, and then yeah, the
Right,
next
right.
moment we were chilling, talking, and it was like,
What would you say? I mean, if I tell you, like, give me one word to describe Wiz Khalifa, what would that be?
uh,
How's his vibe? How's his feel?
he's chilled out, man. Like, no, I don't think anyone
Undoubtedly.
else could this chilled out like this Khalifa, and you know the obvious reason. Like, he's chilling, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like on his game, he's talented, he's
Right,
the
right.
king is
Hmm.
Khalifa.
He has this invisible placard with written chill on it. Like,
Yeah, it's stuck here, chill.
crazy, crazy. So, Zenit, tell us about like you used to play EDM a lot and you shifted genres, right? If I'm not wrong. So
So,
how did that happen?
so I started doing EDM. Anirudh used to be very much into electronic dance music, which we call EDM,
Mm-hmm.
and like we used to exchange ideas and all, and that ultimately got my attention towards EDM. Although I started as a ghost producer, and I was in school, I used to make a little buck here and there, producing music for Bollywood music, basically for the DJs and artists who didn't have time to make it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but then this whole rise of EDM thing happened between 2011 and 13.
Right, right.
And when I started as a DJ 2014, it was on the peak. And to add to that, Steve Aoki played my debut track at
Right,
Tomorrowland.
right.
I think
Mm-hmm.
15 that was, yeah. 14, I had completed that song. And then randomly sent it to his Arjun sent it to his manager. And next thing we see, it was on the track list of what do you call it? Tomorrowland 2015 by Steve Aoki. So that was like more of a turning point for me. And I still consider it as my first break ever.
Right.
And after that day, I got more inclined towards EDM as a
Mm-hmm.
genre.
So you said, I mean, sorry to interrupt, but you said you
Yeah,
started producing since you were 14, right?
yeah.
Who were you listening to that time? I mean, there are great lot of big names that time.
That time, so one of my seniors in school, he had remixed this song by Gajendra Verma. It's called Emptiness. That time, it was like
Oh.
a very
Uh-huh.
popular song, and
Right,
with
right.
a huge story attached to it.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah, you know it. So. Um, I just got into that DJ remixes circuit through that remix, and started exploring more. And then Bollywood DJs, NYK, Tejas,
Right,
these people
right.
used to come to our cities. I met them as a fanboy, of course. So
Okay, okay.
that's how my inclination towards Bollywood remixes started, and then I started exploring software more through YouTube and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I got into remixing first,
Okay, okay.
and then started making EDM.
That's great. I mean, I always ask this to people, but I'm also an like aspiring DJ, you can call me. But then
Mhm.
people, even when they ask me, I say I listen to all genres of music. But there
Right.
has to be a time, I mean, in the day when you listen to something that is not really hard hitting or something like that. So, which artist do you like to listen to when you chill or something, like try to relax or something?
I really like Plume. Like
Okay,
I'm listening to him since 4 years now, and wasn't even discovered properly
he's really,
in the
I mean,
subcontinent.
different. I would describe his music as really different.
Very different, and it's like path breaking for me. It's very inspiring as well.
Hmm. Very true. That's great. So, what are you doing these days? I mean, tell us a little bit of insights. Zenith के life में क्या चल रहा है apart from
Then
music?
घर का बहुत सारा खाना चल रहा है. Then it's मोटा हो रहा है. And I'm just working on a lot of music, bro. Like like I am back in my hometown Jaipur, and
Mhm.
when I was in Bombay, I was getting a lot of time because there was a season time basically, and
Right, right, right.
We were touring, this, that, a lot of things are happening. So right now I'm only focusing on making music, and luckily the productivity flow is back, and I just finished the song yesterday,
Okay.
and I've started
That's
working on it today.
mm-hmm. That's great. That's great. I saw a comment saying how was One Republic show?
Oh, I played with your boy Rajat only. It was a fun night, man. Like obviously it was a dream come true for me that
Mm-hmm.
time because One Republic, like I've always looked up to them as a band, and
Right.
I grew up listening to their music basically. So
Mm-hmm.
it was like being on the same space after they perform and catering to the same audience. It was like magical.
If I'm not wrong, you closed for One Republic. No.
Right. Yeah. In
Right.
Bombay.
Mm-hmm. So moving on, I mean, tell us about like what do you like to? I mean, where do you like to play more? Is it clubs? Is it colleges? Is it like music festivals? How's the feel different from one? I mean, how is the feel different, right?
So
Is
clubs
it?
are like very intimate, right? Like there's a very easy one-to-one connection with the audience, and it's a very intimate affair for me. Like my music for clubs is very different.
Right,
It's
right.
like something which people like to listen, right? Like
Correct,
because
correct.
of the time they're in the zone, they just come out to party. So there's,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that there's less opportunity to experiment in the club circuit, but as well now we're talking about campuses. Then there's a
Festival.
lot of scope to experiment or test out new stuff in campuses because they're always open to new things, and
Mm-hmm.
they're easy to adapt basically.
Correct, correct. I mean, I guess it's the mass thing. Like when people are in a group, it's
Right.
really
Yeah,
the
it's like
energy.
a huge mass vibe.
Mm-hmm. Right, right, right. So do you like? I mean, personally, आपको कुछ पसंद है? ऐसे sunburn do you like more? VH1 do you like more? Is there any favorite?
I don't have a favorite, but like I really look up to Sunburn as a uh, festival because over these years made they've got an artist to India, which I don't think that, would have been possible otherwise.
Right, right.
And
I think they play a huge role in bringing in DJs to India and getting
yeah,
the
some great,
scene,
plots,
raise the bar, right?
you know it.
So I'll do a quick rapid fire thing. So
Should I be scared?
it's really simple. I mean, I'll say one word, and you have
Okay.
to tell me what comes in your mind, right?
Okay.
So I'll say favorite artist.
Mm,
You can pick a
like a
couple of
million words coming into my head right now. I can't say one, but I'd say Taiga.
Taiga. Okay, okay,
I
not bad.
listen to a lot of his music these days.
Right, right. Favorite food.
Dal roti sabzi, ghar wali. That's what I've been eating, and like I realized that I missed it a lot, man. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I mean, nothing beats घर का खाना after all.
100%.
So, favorite genre of music.
Mm, trap right now. I'm playing and producing a lot of trap. So
Right, right,
yeah, used with
right.
Hindi pop vocals. That's what I've been up to lately. So yeah,
Right. So, can you please tell us about some upcoming projects? I mean, you told already, but are there
hmm.
any more you're working on? I mean, it's all for
So
the fans, so I mean,
right now I'm working on a couple of video projects with my friend Deepa Jadhav,
right, right.
and I am also working with this very talented singer Zoe Siddharth.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
we're doing
that's another question.
okay, so we're doing another revive of sorts. Plus, I have my original in the pipeline. So because of this quarantine thing, I got a chance to work on a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have worked on otherwise. So yeah.
Okay, okay. And this is a very tricky question. I don't know if I should call it tricky, but then the question is, if not DJing, what do you
Hmm.
think you would have been doing?
Right now, I think I would have been a management student,
Like,
probably at one of the colleges I go to perform at.
right, right, right. Okay, that's amazing. Anything? Okay, I see you were invited as a TEDx speaker.
Oh yeah, that
How how
was
how,
in October.
how is that feeling? I mean,
The
from a
funny
music.
part is, I went
Uh,
back to my own college where I graduated from, the place
okay.
where the reason why I came to Bombay in 2014 was to study at this college.
Mm-hmm.
And 2019, I was called back to give a TEDx talk. So feeling was great, man. Like this was the first thing I was ever proud of to tell my parents. They were like,
अब कुछ कर रहा है.
कुछ कर रहा है.
Right, right. So I see you did a song for Bacardi with Benny Dayal as your mentor.
Right.
How did
Jungli.
that?
It was good. Like I so that track, Charan and I, we finished that track back in 2018, I think in April,
Mm-hmm.
and the track came out last year in February.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a long period of waiting and like hustling when it comes to Arjun. Like I sent him the song, I told him, bro, I really believe in this, and even he was aligned with my vision for the song, and he ultimately made it happen. I think it was a great, great opportunity working with a brand like Bacardi,
Right.
and it was fun for me, man. Like I learned a lot from the whole, like from producing the first beat of the song to releasing it. Like there's a lot which goes in releasing a song on such a platform when you're working with a brand. From marketing to shooting the music video in a day with so many constraints and restrictions, you have to like hustle your way to make it happen, and I'm really grateful that it happened.
How
And
does that work?
Penny Dayal, of course, was a great, great, great mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there was a point when Charan and I were stuck on something with the song. Like we always had this thought in the back of our head, that when we release a song, we need to change this particular bit, as in the intro of the song. And
Correct.
we couldn't really think of anything in terms of the intro. So then we got a session to do with Benny Dayal, and the first thing that he pointed out after listening to the song, without any of our judgment, was intro needs to be changed, and I think that you should bring a part from the second half of the song to the first half as the intro, and that I
Okay.
think really worked for us in the song. Like he
Right.
pointed it out himself, and we were like, "Shit, how did he know that?" So
Right. Right.
yeah.
I mean, how is it? I just want to ask, how is it working with brands? I mean, is it different from? I mean, of course it is, but how is it different exactly? Like, is there any creative boundaries you feel like कि आप जो देना चाहते हो maybe the brand doesn't want it, so you have to work differently? Is it like that? I hope you get
Uh,
my question.
Yeah, I got it. There could be a possibility of this situation as well. But what I do in my case is I make sure that I have a catalog of products to pitch and give like different brands have different needs, right? So instead of just pushing one piece of content to them, why not make a catalog and the brands is what they
Right.
like and have to please. So that's how I function.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's nice. I see people asking you about the Dance Monkey track.
Right. Yeah.
Do you want to share any experience with that? I mean, how did it happen? How do you feel
So
about it? It's a really
so
big
it
hit.
was
Mm-hmm.
it's a very random story, okay? So I tell you. One day before the show, my friend Zoe called me just to like check what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her I have the show tomorrow and I'm just preparing my set and all. So she asked me what are you playing and shit like that. So I told her I'm like I shared my track list and all, but I told her I really need a good remix of Dance Monkey Man. I really want to play that song. So she was like, why don't I get on board? Why don't we do a cover and then you can mash it up with some other song? I was like, cool. So this thing happened within one night.
Okay.
Um, she sent me she recorded the vocals on her phone in 10 minutes after our conversation, and the whole edit was made in like 30 minutes tops. And then next morning, I was talking to Arjun, so he said, "Bro, why don't you get her?" He was in Bombay only that time, so Arjun was like, "Why don't you get her to perform it live with you at the campus show?" I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"That'll be great." And then people at the college show really like they loved the revive, and I was getting a lot of messages and all, so we decided to release it. So yeah, that's what happened. It was like a one night idea which turned into a
That's nice.
song.
I mean, all your stories have such improv, like एक रात में हुआ या something like that. I really like that, right?
Yeah,
I see a question here that says, "What's the basic to be a disc jockey? Like from where to start if you're 18?"
I think before being a DJ, it's very important to produce your own music, and it's very important. I'm saying that because your music is the only factor which can create a demand when you want to get into a profession which involves music, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, first create music, let it reach out to people, let people want to come out to your shows. I think then you should start getting into the DJ scene as a DJ.
Right. Right. So did you? I mean, how did you learn mixing and all? Did you go attend a class, or was it just live shows? You saw YouTube videos, and how did it work out?
DJing, so as I mentioned earlier, I had this controller, but I wasn't really big on DJing. I just basically a client gifted it to me, a client
Okay.
that I used to produce music for. He gifted it to me on my birthday, saying, "Bro, I want to start DJing."
Mm-hmm.
So I never took it very seriously, but then after the first show, like when I was asked to play a show the next day, that whole night went into practicing, figuring out how to do this. I was shit scared, man. My first show ever. I wasn't like my so I told my mom and dad, they were shocked. They were like, पढ़ने बॉम्बे से पढ़ने गया था ये क्या डीजेइंग डीजेइंग कर रहा है?"
Right.
And she was like, make sure you don't start smoking or you don't drink a lot. This, that. So abiding by her rules and
Right.
her word, I was like, okay, cool. I have to be sober. I have to focus. So because of the anxiety, I had like 6 cans of Red Bull, and I couldn't sleep the whole night. And there was too much of anxiety and shit like that. But yeah, so DJing, yeah, man, started like this. I never thought that I'll become a DJ.
That's great. That's great. You see, it's always improv with you. I mean, just happened.
Ah, you know it.
You are an opportunist.
Uh,
So,
yeah, hard work opportunity.
mhm. So do you wanna conclude this session telling your fans something you want to share, or maybe just about Corona awareness? I mean, they're already aware, but would be a
Yeah,
good conclusion.
I'm not the best person to talk about Corona because yeah, I'm stay home, please abide by what the government is trying to do and what they're suggesting and cooperate with them and just pick up a new hobby, do what you always wanted to do, or you wanted to learn, and yeah, just stay safe, stay happy, stay sane.
Right. This is just one personal question I wanted to ask. Do you play instruments as well? Any instrument that you like? Or
Playing keyboard as of now, as I mentioned, that something that you always wanted to do, so I'm
okay.
doing that.
I just wanted. I mean, I'm trying to get into production as well. So I was thinking, like, is it really? How important is it really to know keyboard?
I think it's very important, man. Like till now, I'll tell you what I face problems with. It's basically when you are creating melodies, right? You have the hang of a MIDI controller, like a keyboard per se.
Right.
It
Right.
really helps you to become strong with your melodies. Otherwise, you just keep figuring out how to make a melody abiding by the scale of the song, or maybe you shouldn't hit the wrong chord.
Okay.
If you have some theory knowledge of playing a keyboard per se, it's really easy, and you really become fluent with your melodies.
Correct. Correct. Okay. I see. I see. I mean,
So,
thanks. I hope that I'll start working on it ASAP. Right.
100%, you all should.
Chalo. I don't. Okay. Some hate comments. I don't know why. Why hate comments?
Um,
Okay, but I guess thanks for joining, Zenith. I mean, really nice hosting you. I hope this, I mean, the corona gets over soon and we get to see you live someday, very soon.
100%. Thank you so much for having me. It was very fun.
Yeah, man. Same, same.
See you around
Chalo,
sometime soon. Stay safe.
chalo.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.